This influencer isn't real, and yet she can still sell your product effectively. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to create believable AI-style user-generated content ads that feel like a real creator made them from their own bedroom. You'll see how to generate a realistic person, put your product in their hands, get a natural-sounding voice, animate the lip sync, and then turn those raw files into scroll-stopping clips you can actually post. If you're building content for e-commerce or creator growth, this entire workflow will save you weeks of back-and-forth communication with agencies and hundreds of dollars per individual video. By the end of this guide, you'll have a repeatable system where you can swap faces, hooks, and outfits with simple prompts and pump out custom UGC on demand. Let's get started by grabbing some inspiration from the platforms where your audience hangs out. Open up TikTok or Instagram, filter by your niche keywords, and watch the top-performing creators to see what is currently working. Pay close attention to the first 3 seconds of the video because that is the make or break part of the entire ad. Notice the hooks they use, their specific phrasing, their little movement patterns, and how they naturally reveal the product to the viewer. Jot down a few hooks that feel natural and believable, like a buddy telling you about something that actually worked for them, rather than a pushy salesperson. Next, it is time for the script. So use your favorite LLM like ChatGPT or Claude and give it the hook plus the product details. Don't ask the AI to write an ad, but instead ask it to write a friend-to-friend recommendation that includes specifics, a bit of hesitation, and short, punchy sentences. I usually iterate through a few drafts, tweaking the line-level phrasing to keep it feeling conversational and authentic. Once the script feels right, lock it in because we are going to use that exact text for the voice generation and the lip sync process. Voice is everything, because a bad robotic voice results in an instantly fake-looking ad. You want something warm and slightly imperfect, just like a real person talking to their phone camera. That is why people love tools like 11 Labs, which offer custom voice design that sounds like a real creator rather than a textbook robot. You can either pick a high-quality library voice or design one from scratch, even on the cheaper subscription plans. When designing the voice, paste examples of casual speech and include notes like slight breath between phrases or use friendly sarcasm. Generate a few takes and pick the one that actually sounds like a human telling you about something they are genuinely excited about. Download the cleanest WAV file you can find and keep it ready for the next step. Now for the visual part. We need to create the influencer character. I use a text-to-image model tuned for realistic, imperfect faces because you want to see subtle pores, asymmetry, and normal lighting so it reads as authentic. Tell the model to avoid studio polish by using prompts like no perfect skin, no dramatic studio lighting, casual room background. Specify the age range, the ethnicity, and the outfit vibe to keep the character grounded in reality. If you have an existing face you like, use a face match tool to keep continuity across all your future videos. A great trick is to explicitly prompt for minor flaws and natural skin texture to prevent the uncanny valley and make the image feel like a real person. Next, it is time to put the product in their hands using a composition or storyboard tool. You can use a chat-driven image editor to precisely place the product and refine the lighting so it looks like it belongs in the scene. Be very specific in your prompt, telling the AI that the influencer is holding the product at chest level with a slight tilt to the camera. If the hands look a little bit off, just use a quick hand repair tool before moving on to the animation phase. Now let's animate the character. For short clips, you can lip sync a still image, or better yet, use a short driver video for more dynamic movement. Load your influencer image into the lip sync panel, select the face, and upload the WAV file you created earlier. Pro lip sync models usually give better mouth shapes and clarity, so use those if you have access to them. Always leave small buffers at the start and end of the audio so the lip shapes form naturally instead of snapping back to the baseline. If you want more motion, create 2 frames, a start scene without the product and an end scene where she holds the bottle. Use an AI video model that supports start and end frames to synthesize the movement in between. Describe the gestures and pacing in your prompt, like young woman talking to camera, expressive hand gestures, and midway she rotates her wrist. Set the duration to a natural length, as 8 to 12 seconds per hook is usually the sweet spot for short-form ads. One important creative choice is to never show the product on frame 1, because that makes it feel less like an ad. Start with a POV hook, where the creator is just talking to you. Then reveal the product after a line or 2. That reveal is your conversion moment, so make sure it feels natural. If your lip sync or mid-frame hand looks weird, just cover it with a quick B-roll cutaway. Speaking of B-roll, generate consistent scenes of the same character doing other casual things. These little clips are absolute gold for covering awkward transitions and adding a layer of realism to your video. Now, the editing and distribution secret that actually makes this whole approach scalable is a tool called Vizard. You can create all the raw talking and B-roll clips, but Vizard is where you turn long videos into dozens of optimized short posts without doing manual clipping. Vizard analyzes your long-form footage and finds the strongest hooks and moments because it understands pacing and engagement signals. Instead of guessing which 10 to 30-second parts to post, Vizard surfaces the best bits and auto-generates the short clips complete with captions. Once you have a batch of clips, Set a posting frequency and Vizard will queue and publish them for you, ensuring consistency. You can also plan, edit, and modify clips in one place and push them across all your social platforms. Compare that to trying to DIY with other manual editors where you have to do everything yourself. Back to production. Once you have your main clip and B-roll, import everything into a simple editor like CapCut for the final polish. Stack the main talking shot on the base layer and lay B-roll over it to cover weird lip-sync flubs or to emphasize product points. Add short, on-screen captions because short-form performance improves hugely with text. Keep it human by adding small breaths, ums, or quick laugh lines because that makes synthetic influencers feel real. Keep your hooks tight because the first few seconds must tease a problem or a surprising fact. Layer your audio by adding subtle ambient room noise or a faint foley to ground the clip in reality. Batch everything. Generate 5 to 10 variants of the same script with different hooks, and let Vizard find which ones perform best over time. This workflow lets you go from idea to scheduled posts in a single afternoon for a small fraction of the cost. Always follow platform rules and local laws about synthetic content and disclosures. The goal here is honest product education, not deception. To wrap up, you now know how to find hooks, write scripts, craft a human-like voice, generate a believable influencer, and animate lip sync. Try swapping faces and hooks with a few quick prompts, and you will have a library of tailored UGC assets without hiring dozens of creators. If you want a plug-and-play workflow, draft your hooks, generate voice variations, and let Vizard handle the editing and distribution. It is the fastest way I have found to scale authentic-looking UGC content that actually converts. All right, go make something, and if you need help tweaking your hooks, drop the details and I will help you optimize it.